spending decisions deferred, across-the-board budget cutting deferred. What's going on with this?
Larry, I would like to be positive, but been around here for 4 decades, it seems to me, unless the guys and gals on the top are talking, no matter how independent they say this Supercommittee is, if you don't see the atmosphere of cooperation like we had in days that you have covered the Congress, then I can't afford right now to be overly optimistic. But I'm hopeful. I'm hopeful that at some point America will stand up and say that these problems are too serious to leave to the politicians. I'm talking about the chambers of commerce. I'm talking about the religious leaders. We just can't have this thing be on automatic pilot, and it seems like that's the way we're going.
Well, Dave Schweikert, on top of all these other issues, what I'm reading is that Senator Toomey's tax reform plan's not gathering support. But what might be is upper income deductions will be either limited or abolished, and marginal tax rates will actually go up. So the Democrats want $1 trillion revenue package. Say it isn't so. Is that where we're going?
I don't think that's where we're going, but look, unlike Charlie, who's been here 4 decades, I've been here 11 months. So maybe I'm still pathologically optimistic. And I did get to actually spend some time with Senator Toomey today. And he's grinding it out, trying to, as he said, talk to the members of the committee and see if there's movement. But he's also made it very clear this isn't what he would do if he were dictator, but he gets what he gets. Many of us are hopeful we'll get a package, because I think if we don't, we're going to see a true reaction in the markets out there.
Well, there's no question about that. But Charlie Rangel, I don't see any barn burner spending cut proposals either. Every time I look at this story, every time I hear people, the spending cuts go down and the tax increases go up. This is not cause for cheer. We do have, as you know, a very poor economy.
Larry, I don't understand how anybody could believe that we could address this serious problem and this serious deficit by just cutting and laying off people from their jobs. You just have to be able to talk about revenue. Even when we were talking about closing loopholes, you and I know that we both agreed that we could reform the tax code. We could bring corporate taxes to 27% from 35%. You do this by what? Raising revenue. Now, if people want to call that raising taxes, this is good tax policy if you don't think about
but Charlie,
the revenue that you raise.
Charlie, you were a good corporate tax reformer. I've always tipped my hat to you. You wanted lower corporate rates and then get rid of the deductions. But Dave Schweikert, I'm just saying what I'm hearing is there isn't going to be any corporate tax reform. It's the individual code, Dave, and the rates may wind up going higher and the deductions will go lower. And that, to me, is lose-lose.
Well, the discussion of the rates going lower as they start to also take away some of the deductions. And look, it's going to break my heart if they don't deal with the corporate tax code to make us competitive. But one thing Congressman Rangel and I probably disagree on is I believe if you look at the portion of our budget that's in entitlements that is exploding in growth, that is consuming us as a people. Your government very quickly is becoming a health insurer with a shrinking army. That's the spending cuts. It is a spending problem. It is not a revenue problem.
Charlie,
you know, the Republicans really never gave Obama a chance with his Affordable Care Act. There was so much savings in that, so much money invested in preventive care, creating a health care system that would really save money. They never even looked at it. All they said was, we have to get rid of Obama. So whether you talk about the debt ceiling, whether you're talking about jobs, whether you're talking about taxes, they're so obsessed with getting Obama that the country's suffering.
We're flat out of time. Anyway, House members Charlie Rangel, David Schweikert, thank you, gentlemen. We appreciate it very much. Tomorrow on Kudlow, Senator Chris Coons, Democrat from Delaware.